I'm Steve Locke, radio chef for Links FM, and we're going to be doing a weekly podcast showing you guys how to cook some fantastic canapes at home to entertain your guests with. So today we're going to do rare fillet beef in a poppy seed pastry with horseradish cream, these gorgeous apple crumble tartlets. So let's get cracking. So the first canape we're going to do is some rare fillet beef that's sitting in a poppy seed pastry shell with some horseradish cream. The first thing we're going to do is to do the pastry shells. These silicone mats are ideal for this because they're absolutely non-stick. I've got some pastry that I've made earlier. It's been sitting in the fridge. You could use bought pastry, and we'll do short crust pastry, sweet pastry at a further podcast. I've cling filmed it in a tube, so when I cut it, it keeps in a nice round shape for me to fill the pastry case with.
You have to keep that in the fridge to get
that needs to sit in the fridge just to rest. After you've made the pastry, it can sit in the fridge for anything up to 2 or 3 days and it'll be fine. While I'm doing the pastry cases for this fillet beef, at the same time I'm going to do them for a little mini apple crumble tartlet that we have as a sweet canape. I'm going to do them at the same time. So the pastry is already round. Just shape it into a round shape, push into the mould and push all the way up the sides. So the plain ones for the crumble tartlet are done. I'm going to get the poppy seeds now, and you could use sesame seeds, doesn't need to be poppy seeds, could be black onion seeds, and your disc of pastry. Just pop into the seeds and then again line the silicone mould, keeping them nice and round, pushing up the edges as we go. Okay, so that's the pastry cases all pressed in the side. We just put another one on the top just so that they keep their shape while they're cooking. These will go into an oven 180 degrees for about 15-16 minutes, just until they're golden. So now we're going to prepare the meat. I'm using fillet beef, and this is local beef, Lincoln Red. It's the tail piece, at the very end piece of the fillet. It's a lot of the bits that get left by butchers that they don't sell because chefs only like the bigger, fatter pieces of fillet. So you can normally pick these up at a good price from your butcher if you ask him. All we're going to do is just salt, pepper and a little bit of oil on this meat, massage it in, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, and I'm just going to work that in. And then we're going to put that in to a pan that's already been preheated, and you can hopefully just see that the steam coming off of there, and that is hot. And you put the meat into the hot pan to seal it. We want it nice and rare.
Do you not oil the pan?
Now, you always oil the meat unless you're actually frying something where the oil goes in the pan. Always put oil on your meat into a dry hot pan. Then you get the lovely caramelised colouring and flavour around the edge of the meat, so you get some fantastic taste out of that. Don't be in a rush to turn the meat. You want some good colour. It's not going to cook immediately, so we want some good colour on there. Probably leave turning every 45-50 seconds. Let's give that a little turn now. You can just about see lovely, beautiful dark colouring on that fillet. Okay, so we've had about 2.5 minutes now, maybe 3 minutes, and I'm just feeling this fillet to make sure that it's nice and rare.
How would you know that it's still rare?
Okay, well, there's a little trick that chefs use. If you put your thumb and first finger together, you feel this little bit of muscle here, then that's that fleshy bit there, that's the feeling of rare. And then you've got some medium rare, just tenses a little bit more, so the meat is a little bit stiffer. Medium, and then medium well on the little finger when this muscle is really taut. So if the meat feels the same sort of texture as this first finger, That's about rare. But it should take about 2.5–3 minutes. So now I'm going to take the meat off, let it rest, which is going to take 5 or 6 minutes. Keep all the juices in the meat. That's why we sealed it earlier. Going to let that stand. And while that rests there, I can get my pastry shells out, and they're now lovely and golden brown and cooked. I've got my plain pastry shells ready for my apple crumble, and I've got my poppy seed tartlets ready for our horseradish cream and fillet beef. Bring our rested fillet over and start assembling our canapé. I've got some horseradish cream. It's not too hot. With horseradish, it can be a little bit overpowering, so if you let it down with a bit of fresh cream, it just softens, takes the edge off of it a little. Just put a little bit of that in each one. You could use freshly made hummus, you could use some creme fraiche with a little bit of English mustard. It doesn't have to be horseradish, it's all down to individual taste. But I like a bit of heat with my rare beef, so I'm going to use some horseradish. So this has been resting now, good 5 or 6 minutes, and that's the chef's piece. This should be lovely and rare and pink, and a nice little piece of mini fillet steak sitting on each one of our canapes. Ideally, these need to be done, put on and served. The longer you leave these, the meat will start to look a little bit dry, so this is a last minute job. The pastry shells and the horseradish can be assembled and done. Your meat can be come out off the pan after it's rested, cut straight out, and then they can be presented to your guests. So we have our plain pastry shells. I've got some apple mixture. Now these are Bramley apples. They've been slowly sweated down, chopped finely and slowly sweated down. A little bit of butter and some light brown muscovado sugar. And then this can be kept in the fridge 2 or 3 days. So it's something that can be done, preparation for your evening, a day or even 2 days beforehand. And this has got brown sugar. It's got butter. I put a little bit of vegetable suet through it as well, and some self-raising flour. Generous heap on each one. And the idea with these are, we're just going to put these through the oven. The pastry is obviously already cooked. We're just going to get a little bit of colour on top of this crumble mixture. We don't need the apple mixture being burning hot, burning people as they eat it. I just want to get a bit of colour on that crumble. As soon as that's done, they can come out of the oven. So I'm going to get that in the oven now. You'll notice that the oven has been on the same temperature the whole time, about 180 to 200 degrees. So everything can be going in the same oven, same temperature. Okay, so great. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Visit our website, linksfm.co.uk. It'll have today's recipes on, also future podcasts. Stay tuned. See you again soon. Thank you very much indeed.